Hi, and thank you for joining us here at Tax Talk UK, where we talk about all things tax and also consider other important aspects of being self-employed, working for yourself, running a small business. So today we're going to talk about this, the self-employed and having two or more businesses as a sole trader. Before I talk about that, if I could please ask you to take a moment to subscribe to our YouTube channel. That way you'll easily be able to refer back to this information if you should need to, as well as being able to find other information that we have available on a whole host of different topics, all aimed at supporting you in your self-employment. So back then to sole traders who have more than one business. So again, we've had a few questions on this, so felt it would be helpful to cover this topic. So you will remember from other videos and other information that we've provided that if you are trading as a sole trader, you and the business are one. You report your profits, your taxable profits from your self-employment as a sole trader on your self-assessment tax return, and that is how you pay your liability. You will also remember that you get issued a UTR number, a unique tax reference number, for you to be in the self-assessment tax system. So the questions have mostly been surrounding having more than one business. So if you have, say, two businesses, but you're trading both of them as a sole trader, and they are completely different businesses, so you're keeping separate accounts for them, then that's absolutely fine. They would both fall under the umbrella of your personal UTR number, so you wouldn't need to register for a separate UTR number, because you will remember that your UTR number, your unique tax reference number, is unique to you as an individual. So so if you have 1, 2, 3, however many different sources of sole trader self-employment, they would all fall within your personal UTR. The only reason that you would have different UTR is if you were trading as a different style, either a limited company or a partnership. But if all of the sources are as you as a sole trader, then they would just fall under the banner. So the next thing to think about then is your Class 2 national insurance and your Class 4 national insurance, which you will be aware as a sole trader are the national insurances that are going to be relevant to you. And some people have asked if they have to pay that on each of their self-employments if they have more than one business, if both of the businesses are over the threshold. So the answer to that is no. So when you submit your self-assessment tax return, if you have more than one business, you will put how many businesses that you have, and you will submit the accounts for and the calculation of the taxable profits for each of them separately, if that is how you have reported that. But when it comes to your actual tax calculation, all of your profit from self-employment will get added together. So this also means that if you fall under the threshold with two businesses separately, but combined you are over, then in terms of national insurance, the threshold is from income from self-employment, not per business, if that is clear. So the national insurance threshold for your Class 2 and your Class 4 national insurance threshold is based on your total from self-employment overall, not per business. The other thing that we were asked about was registering the business name. So of course, if you are operating as a sole trader, then there is no registration of the business name in the same way as if you were a limited company. You would report to HMRC on your self-assessment tax return the trading name if you had one. So if you have two separate businesses that you want to report separately, you would just simply when you complete your return, then you would simply put each one a separate self-assessment form for each of those, and you would put the separate trading names if they had one, because of course you're not obliged to have a trading name. Some people just trade in their own name, don't actually have a trading name, and that is absolutely fine. If you are already registered as a sole trader and HMRC know that you're self-employed, but then you decide to start doing a second business as a sole trader, there's no need to notify HMRC in advance that that's what you're doing. You only just need to notify them when you are self-employed. So initially, so just because you're starting to do a second source, you don't need to notify HMRC in advance. You would just present the information on your personal tax return. So then the other thing to consider is VAT. And to be aware, if you are combined, if you have more than one source of self-employment as a sole trader, and combined they are over the VAT threshold, then you need to consider whether you need to be VAT registered. And if one of your businesses is registered as VAT, then you need to also bear in mind that as a sole trader, you and the business are one, so you need to therefore sort of consider the implications of the VAT registration. That really is a more in-depth topic for another time. If of course, if you're not sure how you're affected by any of these things, then of course it would be prudent to take some professional advice. And please do remember, if you are taking professional advice, please check that the person that you are taking the advice from is fully qualified to offer the advice, that they have professional indemnity insurance and a member of a professional body if applicable. So just really to give you the things that you need to be aware of, and that you do need to check if they apply to you. So thank you very much for watching, and as I mentioned earlier, if you haven't done so already, please do subscribe to our channel. Thank you. Goodbye.